Well, good morning. Another trip. Not quite as early as I planned. It's about 20 past 7. I did plan to get up at between 6 and half 6, but I just couldn't be bothered to wake up early. So I'm heading today to some Reading venues, some big carp venues actually, but for pike. So Farnham Flint is going to be the first one. Very, very well known for its huge carp, but I'm going to try and catch some pike out of it. And then we'll have a look at a few others probably afterwards. So I will catch you on the bank. Right, I've just arrived at the Farnham Flint hut. I've just got to remember which way it is to Farnham Flint Lake. So no, Wilmot's Lake is in front of me. We've got the little cafe. Let me just switch this round. We've got the little cafe over here. I think that opens at 9, so I'll be coming back for breakfast. I'll just have to get on the Google Earth to work out which lake, because this little bit is full of lakes. There's a little opening in the car park through there, through the side, which I think is Farnham Flint. So I'll get on Google Earth and Google Maps and find out where I'm going, and then get the kit sorted. Right, so behind me we have Farnham Flint, big old lake. I think I'm going to head up to the far end. I think I'm going to head up to the far end and see what's about. There's a few cars in the car park. I assume probably carpers. So we'll try and work around them and catch some pike. Let's get the kid out and see what we can get. Seems the very first sort of side of Farnham Flint is by far the most popular for the carp anglers, because near enough every swim along that bank is full. We've just made our way around the corner to like an open bay, and hopefully there won't be anybody up here. This lake here has obviously been used before recently, as there's a big pile of weed in the corner where someone's raked it. Just see if anyone's around the next couple of swims. Last thing you want to do on a water like Flint is get in anyone's way. Like I said, this place is a mecca for big carp and anglers for big carp, so I don't want to be disturbing them thrashing around a pike float. So let's have a little look in this next swim. This swim looks lovely. I think I'll give this a go first. Well, Just getting the stuff set up. Thought I'll just run you through me the pike setup. It's a very simple setup that I've come to sort of over many years of pike fishing. I'm no expert, and I don't really use the dedicated stuff that some people do. So my rod's a carp rod and a carp reel. Let me just poke this round. So the rod is a 12-foot 3-pound test curve rod with a small big pit reel with 18-pound line. Pike float, which has got top and bottom a bead, a sinker for a weight, and then some trebles. And up the line somewhere is a stop knot, just so the float's got somewhere to stop. Probably only give it 20 minutes, half an hour in each swim. Maybe a little bit longer in this one because it's taken me a while to get sorted. Yeah, I'll probably give it maybe 15 minutes actually, then reposition them somewhere else in the swim. Maybe another 15 minutes. Yeah, it should be fine. Then move away around a few swims. And if nothing happens, we'll move legs. Right, let's see how deep it is and get a bait on. Just made myself look a bit of a prat. An angler just walked past with his dog and just having a chat. And he said, obviously, Flint's quite good for pike. It's whether it's cold enough or not yet, that's the problem. It is pretty Baltic this morning, but it hasn't been, we're early November. So, and it's been fairly mild up until now. Lots of splashing down there in the bush. I think I might have to reposition that float a little bit closer because the fellow that walked past said he saw a pike splash in here 15 minutes or so ago when he walked past, striking some bait fish in the edge. Yeah, well, I said to him, I was going to be fishing here and I was going to be fishing Engelfield as well. But I have no idea where Engelfield is. I'm not up on my RDAA carp fishing lakes really. And it turns out Engelfield is behind me. So you've got Flint this side and Engelfield this side. And not a very far walk at all. In fact, probably about 4 foot away. So yeah. So it's easy access to both lakes really. I can almost fish one rod either side from where I am. Right, I'm going to reposition that float a little bit closer in on that edge. As something's just splashed in there. Well, I've jumped into a few spots around Flint now. Nothing's happening. I had what I thought was a bit of an inquiry on one of my floats. I don't know, it could have just been crayfish or a perch having a nibble because it just bobbed about a little bit and then just stopped. I might walk back down the path, round the corner onto this Engelfield behind me. Chuck into a few spots on there, and maybe try another area. I do have all my lure kit with me as well, which I'm kind of tempted to have a go with, but this is very weedy, this lake. But I might pop down to Longwater Lake next. And take a deadbait rod and a lure rod and kind of have a go with both. And in between that, get some breakfast because I'm starving. Right, let's have a go on Engelfield. Right, I moved on to Engelfield. Just put the baits out. Had to kind of walk into the water because the swim's actually underwater. and try and find somewhere to put the bank sticks, which wasn't easy, so they kind of just perched into the water. Casting is very difficult. It's quite an enclosed swim, so I probably won't be in this one for very long. So I have one, I'll just switch this round and show you. I've got one literally in the edge, just there. And the other one is out there. I just moved round to one of the bays on Engelfield. I can't imagine this swim is fished very often. In fact, if I hook one, it's going to be probably a bit of a struggle to get one in, but it's because of that neglect that I've chucked the rods in, because it does look perfect. Let me swing this round. Yeah, look at this. Absolutely awesome. So I'll put one out to the right over there and one out to the left just down there. Now I don't know how much further I can walk this way on Engelfield. So this looks perfect. I'll give this probably 20 minutes, half an hour. If nothing, then I'll probably move to a different lake, I think. Maybe come back later, but don't know. I think I'll try Longwater Lake next. Give that a go with dead baits and maybe some lures. If that doesn't work, then I might just pack the dead bait in altogether and just take some lures onto the canals. I mean, it's so mild today. It just doesn't feel right. I like dead baiting when there's a good frost on the ground, and it's not cold at all. I'm not even wearing a jacket. I've just got my salopettes on, and I'm sweating underneath. So yeah, we'll give it a little bit. See what happens. Lovely. Bacon and sausage baguette. That'll stoke the fires. Right, just arrived at Longwater Lake. It's in the Greenham Park. It's a bit of an odd one, this one, because it's right in the middle of an industrial estate. So it feels a bit strange as you get all the dog walkers and the runners and things. But I'm going lure fishing on this one, purely for the pike. So we'll fling it about and see what we can get. Really not going to plan today. Just want to take a moment to show you what I use for my lure fishing for pike. So I have a sort of a medium, I'd say, pike lure rod. It's 15 to 50 grams. I think, is it 50? Yeah, 15 to 50 grams. I've got 40, actually I might have a 38-pound braid, I think, on here, to a lure trace. And I'm using a curly tail at the moment, and yeah, fairly standard sort of fixed ball reel. So yeah, I'll try a few more swims and see if there's anything about, because it's looking a bit murky now. It went from sunny to murky, So yeah, the conditions are not great. It's flipping windy. So plug about here for a little bit longer and might head up to Froxfield on the canal and try for some perch. Wasn't the plan today, it was supposed to be all pike, but there hasn't been any pike, so change of plan, I think. Oh, that was a load of old dingleberries. Thrashed the water to a foam. For nothing. Changed the laws a few times. Nothing at all. So I think I'm going to forget about the pike for the day. I'm going to put it down to it still being a bit warm. Really. And I'm going to go try for some perch. I'm going to drive up to Froxfield. And yeah, I had a few out of there last time, so let's give that another go. See if we can redeem, well, see if I can redeem myself a little bit. Right, let's get back to the car and get cracking. Well, just got down to Froxfield. Nice little area here. Let's give the lure a go, see if we can catch a few perch. Well, first chuck in, first perch. Not too bad. Hopefully there's a few more down here. Lovely. Well, little fella, just nabbing perch lure right on the edge. Lovely. Wonder if they go much bigger in here. I don't know. Tried all morning for pike on pike gear. It was only a little one though. Didn't seem to damage the lure either. Let's continue. Move down a little bit, find another lock which I think is a bit further down. Might come back here before I go because yeah, I'm sure there's more here. It's just hard to catch them, but at least had a couple. Lost one and the little pike. So yeah, we'll move down a bit and see what we can find. Right, just moved down to the next lock. Looks very perchy. Got a nice little inflow here. Nice little wide area here with a wall under my feet. Moving up to the lock. Surely there's got to be something in here, although the sun has just come out, which is not ideal. Let's give it a go. It's not a monster, but it's a fish. Let's see if there's anything bigger down there before we move on. Oh well, boat stopped play at that lock. I'll walk down a bit further, but yeah, the boat traffic is crazy down that end. So I'm walking back up to the lock where I started. Might put on a little magic worm, not a big magic worm, and just give that a go for a little while for something maybe a bit bigger. Then I'll probably call it a day. The weather's looking like it's going to get very wet very soon. I've got a bit of a headache. I've had a few fish, so you know, nothing big, but better than being home and being stupid. So let's stick a magic worm on and give that a go. So here's the magic worm. It's been in a pot in my bag in krill juice, and it absolutely stinks. So it's a long old bait, as you can see, but it's fully buoyant, so it literally stands up on end and you bounce it along the bottom. It's probably the limit that this rod can take, being only an 8-gram rod. But yeah, we'll give that a bounce about and see what happens. Nothing on the magic worm. Changed over to a little crayfish. Nothing on that either. So I'm going small. Tiny little fire tiger, I think they're called, or something like that. Let's give that a go. See if we can catch a couple of little ones before I have to head off. Well, there ends another session. Not quite sure how I feel about this one, to be honest. I mean, it's always nice to be out and forget all the stresses and everything. Just have a good chill, have a good walk around. For that purpose, it's been very, very good. You know, lovely venues, walking around places like Farnham Flint and Engelfield, obviously two of the probably best known carp waters in the country, really. And have been for many, many years. You know, lots of famous anglers have been on Farnham Flint and Engelfield, so it's a privilege just to be able to walk around them, really. Even on pike fishing, not carp fishing, but I don't have the time to dedicate to the carp fishing on there, that's for sure. Yeah, so the pike fishing didn't really work. Well, it didn't work at all. No, it didn't really work. Nothing happened. I just don't think it was quite cold enough. I know we're beginning in November now, but yesterday was fireworks day. Well, yesterday when I'm filming this, so I think it's the 6th of November now. And yeah, it's just not very cold. I mean, we had a little cold snap during the last week where the car frosted up for a couple of days, but this morning, no frost at all. Sun was out. Yeah, not the best. But popped up to Froxfield, had a few perch and a micro pike, so yeah, all is well. So as always, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. I will.